Hey there, I'm Sammy. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island, and I'm here at Gen Con today. Woo! And I've been here all weekend. I am a cosplayer and have been a cosplayer for about 6 years now, I believe. And it's an amazing craft that includes, building your own costumes, your own props, wearing them, getting to be in character for a little bit. It's a absolutely wonderful hobby that I adore. I'm at Gen Con specifically because it's one of the biggest tabletop gaming conventions that is in the United States. I love tabletop games. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love, I can't even name all the games. Any dice games, any kind of card games. If you've ever played Werewolf, that's fantastic. There's a lot of that here. But one of the main reasons I did come to Gen Con was for Critical Role, which is a Dungeons and Dragons show. And that is a fantastic community, and I wanted to meet the cast because they're here. And I did get to meet them, and a lot of my costumes are actually from Critical Role, including this one, who is Scanlan Shorthalt in his casual outfit for the day, and I've also done a couple NPC characters. One thing that is really awesome about cosplay is that it allows you to bring to life characters that people have created and spent a lot of time on, and really kind of it's like taking fan art and bringing it to a 3D kind of realm. And that's fantastic because, the creators sometimes, if they see you, if you're doing something that's not super popular, they get excited when they see your costume, and then, of course, you get to see them, and that's exciting. Advice I have for anybody who's thinking about starting cosplay is go for it, do it. Start small, don't overwhelm yourself with projects right away. It's very easy to do, a very casual, fun thing for a day, and then maybe a more difficult costume as you get progressively easier. I like to call it the holy trinity of things that you learn when you're doing cosplay things. It's wigs, makeup, sewing, embroidery, and actual costume work, and then props and armor. It's really hard to tackle and learn how to do all three of those things at once. Not impossible, but just very difficult. What I tend to recommend is that you focus on one and start to learn and get better at one of those three, and then you can slowly build on to the other two as you get more comfortable with that one. So I started out with wigs and makeup, doing different kinds of wig builds and learning how to do cool makeup with dragon scales and everything. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'll start on the sewing, and I started making my own costumes, learning how to embroider things, learning about beadwork, learning about hand stitching versus sewing machines. And then now, only now into my 5th and 6th year, am I really working on armor and props and different kinds of EVA foam, crafting and building like that. So take your time, slowly ease into it, and the cosplay community, especially in tabletop gaming realm and Critical Role and things like that, is always very helpful, and feel free to ask people for any kind of advice. I don't think I've ever met a cosplayer who didn't want to share their craft with somebody, because that's kind of what we do. So yeah, but you can check me out on Instagram at caketastrophe_cosplay or Twitter at caketastrophe21, and I hope you have a good Gen Con.